what happening.
He was married. He was married at one time, right? This man, this is a Hall of Famer. He's been out of he got into the league in the early 90s. He's been in this world since the 90s.
He's seen the progression.
He's done everything that somebody could do. He probably been married 2-3 times. You know what I'm saying? So why get married? I'm kicking it. So how does that make him desperate?
Yeah,
I don't think he should have to.
That doesn't make him desperate at all. But at the end of the day, like that's like his daughter. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, okay. So I agree with that. I feel like why can't he be a single man doing what he wants to do? Because he shouldn't be required just because he's a Hall of Famer with all this money. He shouldn't have that requirement. Oh, you got to have a wife to be able to get your rocks off how you want to get them off. No, if you want to mess with multiple people, that's on you. However, I don't think that makes him desperate. I don't think him messing with a 19-year-old makes him desperate. I think him not covering himself like he should have makes him a dumbass. So yeah, I think those are two different things.
He's definitely reckless, but I don't know. I don't know if I would say that he's desperate.
Yeah, definitely shows that he's
type, him messing with the 19-year-old make him anything?
I don't know. Now I will say it is me personally.
What it means is that he likes to pay for it. That's
me personally. I think that it is kind of a little predatorial. I feel like it's a little predatorial for a 56-plus-year-old man to date somebody younger than your daughter.
He's a sex worker. I don't think that they're that.
But listen, let me break it down. It doesn't matter. Date crack, whatever. Pay for. Whatever. I feel like it's too close. There's a fine line. And I feel like he could potentially, one could say, I'm not saying this is what I'm saying, but one could say if it was under different circumstances and she didn't do OnlyFans and the relationship wasn't based on being dominated in that way, I feel like one could say if it was a different circumstance, he used his status and his age to kind of not manipulate her, but like, what's the word?
He paid for it. What?
Pray?
He wasn't manipulating.
Like pray on her, not manipulate. Not manipulate, but pray, because there's so many females.
That's desperate. I don't care, bro. I'll never spend on no cat. No, that's a good.
It ain't tricking if you got it.
Don't get married, man.
Come on, man.
It ain't tricking if you got it.
That's your personal preference, bro.
We being disingenuous here, man.
I don't think it's desperate.
For real though,
there's plenty of other people who do it though. There's plenty of cougars. When I look at cougar, older women be doing the same thing. To be honest with you,
Drake ain't no better for this.
They ain't no better.
But
Drake and Billy Bobby.
Hey, crazy.
On the one hand, Mr. Sharpe and his lawyers claim that the case filed by Jane Doe is meritless. Yet, on the other hand, they now have disclosed that Mr. Sharpe offered Jane Doe $10 million in writing not to file her lawsuit. That is true. Statement. Jane Doe was in fact offered $10 million to settle, but rejected that offer, choosing instead to proceed with litigation. Sharpe's team is now trying to discredit and dox her. Sharpe and his team are now, as anticipated, also attacking me. We are not going to be deterred by these tactics.
If he had his ducks in a row,
I don't know. Offering that 10 was a little shifty. I'm just saying.
What's that Boondocks episode? That is guilty. That's what it looked like. Offering $2 million beforehand. But I get why he did it.
Is it guilty though?
No, it's not. It's not. I was just playing right there, but I understand why he offered it to say, but still,
it's to keep it under wraps. It's like, man, this is gonna, if this gets out, this is gonna affect a much bigger deal that I got on the table. Right. So you know what? I know you on bullshit. So you know what? Here, shut up. Don't say nothing. Take this. Mm-hmm. It happens all the time. In Hollywood.
Hush money.
It happens all the time. So I don't know why when we see this, it's like, oh, it's true. It's not true.
Okay, for the record, I was just playing with that guilty
all that
statement.
it is, you know what? I see you on Bull. I don't want to deal with it. I don't want it to smear my image,
reputation,
and my reputation, what I got going on right now. So here, take this little petty ass 10 and go about your way.
Sure. Now, if he get found, like, you know what I'm saying, if he in the wrong, that whole $100 million deal might go out the window. Forget 50.
But I think to the public eye, the reason why they're putting emphasis on him even offering that in the first place is to make the public think that, oh, he offered this, he must be guilty. That's why her lawyer put that out.
Well, yeah,
that was their tactic for putting that out. So yeah, I mean, I don't agree. I think that, I mean, I agree. I think that, you know, it's better to get it out.
Or is he offering 10 million because after this one hit the fan and go a little deeper and more might come out? More
well, when it comes to that, you don't never know.
If he's paying for this girl again, this man has been in the game since the 90s. I guarantee you, he been paying for pussy for a long time.
Okay, this ain't his first rodeo.
This is not the first time that he's doing it.
Yeah.
So even
it's probably the first time you've seen the back end of it. You know, at the end of the day, wrong is fucking wrong, bro. Like what? Like if this is what you agreed to do it. Like, but if it gets to a certain point, right? Because one can also, let's look at it from a different perspective as well. One can also argue that you might agree to do something, but then as you start to kind of get into it, you start to feel like, I didn't really understand what I signed up for. So one can argue that argument, but that's why it's very important to kind of know. It's really important to know like what you're getting yourself into. On both occasions.
In this case, I don't think in this case. For her, from her standpoint, no. You said those text messages. You said black baby gravy and all that. You said put a choker on. Like those were your words, not Shannon. So, baby, you knew exactly what you were getting into, and you knew how to get money out of that black man.
They both.
Well, this is what happens with lust. I mean, this is where lust gets you. You live a sinful life. You got to reap what you sow at the end of the day on both sides. Because
I think he's just a dumbass for not covering. Listen, y'all have heard my standpoint. So I'm gonna stop talking so y'all can breathe. Y'all can talk. But my standpoint is he just should have made sure there's plenty of people of his stature that have people sign NDAs prior to getting into these situationships that turn sour. I mean, contracts could have been signed, NDAs could have been signed. Shit, you could have set a price. You're not going to be charging me $50K per cheek, baby girl. That's not what we agreed to.
That's why he was paying her $50K per cheek. Like y'all missing the whole.
But no, you can't say that's why he was paying her $50K per cheek, but then say, oh, there's no paperwork. He didn't really cover his ass for real. No,
because
that's
he
not.
Didn't care. You know, clearly he didn't care. It was I'm gonna pay you this money, and we gonna do what we gonna do.
But that's his ignorance. How could you say you didn't care? But again, I go back to the fact of you counseling other athletes, black athletes younger than you that are in these situations, and you're telling them literally what I'm saying. You're telling them have NDAs. You're telling them cover their ass. You're telling them not to put themselves in these situations. But now all of a sudden, when it comes to Shannon Sharpe, you don't give a fuck. No, that's not how that shit works. So you knew better. You just didn't do better.
Why is it that's not how that works?
Okay, so you knew better. You just didn't do better. So now you're in the predicament you're in. So really, you're a dumbass. There's no, I mean.
So what? He got what he wanted.
And so is she gonna get what she wants?
Like that's like I think y'all missing the point of that.
Gonna get what she wants.
No, he got more than what he wanted. He got more because if he got what he wanted, she would have took that 10 million and shut up.